back. So lately I've been wanting to do a kind of a best of series. After the 5 luxury purchases that I regret video, I was thinking, you know, to do a flip side video of that, so my favorite bags. But the more I was looking into it, the more I kind of realized that I love bags for a specific reason, you know, whether it be for a specific usage or, you know, I think they're the best of that kind, like a best black bag, for example. So today I wanted to start off with my best summer bag or favorite summer bag, which is the Noe BB by Louis Vuitton. Obviously this is the smaller, shrunken down version of the original Noe, which if you know the history of Louis Vuitton, you would know that it was actually originally designed to hold 5 champagne bottles, which I find really cute and interesting. So yeah, this is essentially the shrunken down version. The thing that differs majorly from this, from the Noe, is, I mean, obviously the size, but also the option of wearing a crossbody, which is quite important to me, especially, you know, for the summer months when you want to be a bit more hands-free. You know, it's a bit more humid and hot. You just don't want to kind of, you know, have something under your shoulder all the time. And then especially for traveling, like cityscapes, things like that, I wanted something that you can just, you know, throw on. It'll go cute with every outfit because of the color and the canvas and everything, and you can kind of just go. Having a cute outfit on when you're kind of exploring a new city, you have a bag that you really love, it just makes the experience so much more fun and special to me. So, you know, I kind of did actually half buy this for that purpose ahead of one specific trip. It's not necessarily an impulse buy, but kind of, you know, I kind of wanted that for that specific trip to be a maiden voyage for her. But I also, you know, obviously for that purpose have carried her for other trips as well. So I actually bought this in 2017. In March of 2017, I was going on a trip to see my friend in Florence who was studying there at the time, and we did kind of an Italy trip during her spring break. So we went to Florence, Assisi and Rome, and I carried this bag basically all throughout the entire 2 weeks we were there. And I bought it for that purpose, you know. I wanted to walk around Italy with it. I wanted to explore everything and have some fun with my friend, and have a nice companion with it. And she's also really into Louis Vuitton, so she kind of encouraged me to get it ahead of the trip as well. So yeah, that was definitely really fun. And the reason why I chose it is because of the weight. I don't know the specific weight of the bag. I can put it on the screen if I find out, but it's so lightweight because it's just one piece of canvas with some vachetta leather in the bottom. This is just some pamphlets I have left over. So yeah, this is kind of the reason why I went with this one. I wanted the compactness of it. I wanted the carefreeness of the canvas. Obviously the vachetta leather is kind of another whole other story, but I'll go into that in the wear and tear section of the video. But yeah, I just wanted something that was classic, very casual, very just summer to me, so I got this. For me, this is a best summer bag of a few reasons, I guess. The first reason, absolutely, is the look of it. This to me just screams summer because of the vachetta. The canvas is very, like, kind of all season, honestly, but then obviously the vachetta all over. And with the way that you can wear it with a crossbody strap, it's just very casual, very breezy. To me, it just seems like a very carefree, casual bag. So I kind of associate the bucket bag style with more summertime looks. Obviously, this is personal preference. For me, for summer dresses, like mini dresses, jumpsuits even, things like that, that are more on the flowy side, matches really well with a small size bucket bag like this one. And then the other one would definitely be the weight. So I, for some reason, associate heavier bags with, you know, heavier winter heavy duty items, so like heavier coats, heavier bags, bigger clunkier things. This is because it's so lightweight. It's definitely more faring well to, you know, summery breezy months. And when I travel with this, I rarely ever really feel it on my shoulder. The strap, you know, the vachetta leather strap is so comfortable that I can carry whatever I want in it, or a very small amount in it, and just don't feel that it's on my body at all. So that's another factor that plays into why I feel like this is the perfect summer bag, is the weight, because you're not getting kind of the strain of the crossbody shoulder strap on you when you're trying to, you know, walk 20,000 steps a day, sightseeing everywhere. You're not getting that extra weight of the materials of the bag. The other reason I think would be the vachetta. Like, I think obviously this kind of might be controversial. A lot of people kind of steer far away from vachetta, and I have to admit, when I first got it, I was so careful about it. I actually even got some rain stains on it. Yeah, there. The first time I wore this bag, I wore it in London. Obviously, you should never trust the weather reports, but I don't know why, but I did. And it rained all over my bag, so I actually flipped it around to have it the other side for a while, just to kind of even out the rain stains a bit, which is actually a good part about this bag. Both sides are the same. Like, not with the Speedy, you know, it's one piece of canvas, so you can actually tell the back side of the bag versus the front side of the bag. This isn't the case for this bag. The front side and the back side are the same in terms of the direction of the monogram, so you can't tell. So if, you know, you have some stains or an ugly spot that you don't really want people to see, or you don't want yourself to see, you can cover it up for a bit. Just want to talk about the wear and tear over the last 2 years that I've worn it. I've worn it basically everywhere. I use it a lot of times for like days out in London as well, just to go shopping or go to the park or go to flower markets, things like that. I wear this bag as kind of a casual weekend bag, but for specific travels, I've been to Italy with it, Belgium, Spain, more tropical city escapes. I didn't take it to my trip to Croatia just because we would be on the beach most of the time, and I wanted to take, you know, kind of a more basket weavy carefree bag that you can just leave on the beach. So I didn't bring that to that trip actually, but I bring it on most city exploring summer trips with me. So to just show you some wear and tear, this is kind of the top of the bag, and it has darkened in places, like for example here. This trim over here has darkened. I'm not really sure if that's from clothing or whatever. It doesn't really bother me. Plus it's kind of a place with high traffic, you know, when you're zipping your bag up, most of the time you're like doing this. So I think this is where my fingers lay on this trimming to cinch it in a bit more. It doesn't bother me at all. I think it kind of gives it a bit of character. The fascetta has tanned evenly all throughout, but this was intentional. I didn't just, I actually flip the bag sometimes if I feel like it's a bit uneven, and that this is the great part about this bag, is that you can easily do that and you don't have to, you know, intentionally wear your bag backwards if you want to get an even tan. There are some minor corner wear. Here's the most obvious. So this has worn off because of, you know, rubbing basically against trousers, which is, you know, you can see that for all crossbody bags essentially. So that doesn't bother me at all either. There's a scratch right here. So things like that. So as you can see, most of the wear and tear has happened on the leather, which is to be expected. This is untreated cowhide leather, so obviously it will tan, it will scratch a bit easier. It's a bit more soft in that sense, and things will kind of leave more of a mark if, you know, the elements get to it. But I think this is kind of what you sign up for if you get a bag like this. I don't think it's surprising to anyone at all to have untreated leather on this bag. You are expecting to see that wear and tear. For me, it is kind of a special element of it because I want my bag to age with me, if that makes sense. So to me, it's kind of an endearing factor of it. The inside has stayed immaculate. Can you see that? I'm not too sure. So yeah, so it's just a big brown patch inside, and it's the usual cotton lining. The canvas has stayed completely fine. In terms of if there's any rubbing or fading of the monogram print, there hasn't been at all. It has stayed exactly as I've received it. So, I mean, I love it. I really can't fault it at all, to be honest. I think it's just such a great, versatile, lightweight, casual summer bag that you can take anywhere with you if you're exploring the city, if you're going for a weekend trip, if you're doing anything. I'll put the straps onto the bag and kind of show you how it looks like on me, and then I think that might wrap that up for this video. I'm actually just going to show you how I do it. This is really, really handy. You just loop it into here, and then there are 2 loops to it. So this first one, initial one, would kind of keep it secure in this spot, and then you put it onto your desired hole, and then you loop it back in here. So that kind of does that. Oops, I've done it backwards. So this is the bag with the strap on. You can see that it just kind of looks like one piece of canvas, oh no, sorry, one piece of leather all the way through, which I think is such a cute design. And to wear it, you just kind of obviously pop it on, and then this is really easy to use because if, you know, you're just walking around, you can just pull this, and then you pull one side of the tab like this, and it cinches it in like that, and then it kind of looks a bit more like a dumpling, which I think is really cute. So this is on the second to last, so shortest setting. I like my bags a bit higher on the hip. It just feels like it doesn't drag me down as much in terms of weight as well. So this is the way I like it to wear it crossbody, and this is how it looks like on my shoulder, like here. So it's a tiny bit longer, but yeah, it's just so carefree. And the leather, because it's vachetta, it's so soft as well. Like you don't really need to think about it digging into your shoulders at all or anything at all, really. Like this is just such a carefree bag, and obviously the vachetta leather element makes it a little bit more, you know, finicky in that sense. But then, you know, if you're kind of like me and you like, you know, that aging element of it and having a little side project to do when you're on a trip, then I think this is the perfect bag for you. I really hope this helps. I really would recommend it a lot. I think this is more of the underrated bags because the Noe kind of takes the cake in terms of, you know, the vintage market was kind of like, it's so popular in the vintage market. A lot of influencers love the vintage Noes as well, but the Noe BB you just don't really see that much on the streets, and I think this is such a great addition to, you know, a bag collection because of the cute size of it, but also kind of how it mimics the historic and iconic look of the Noe, the original Noe. And obviously the Noe Nano I think is also huge on the market now, but I think obviously that one's so beautiful and cute, but this is just slightly a bit more practical. You can put literally everything in it. One last tip, I guess this is for general bag usage. If you're traveling and you're worried about this drawstring being not as secure, obviously yes, you're right, like you can just, but you know, you see that when you put it on crossbody, you can quite easily kind of just, you know, onto the bag, and it doesn't have to gape at all. But another added security trick that I like to do is if you have a summer scarf or a very lightweight cardigan or some sort of piece of clothing that you want to bring, or anything that doesn't add too much weight, put it on top of your belongings and kind of rustle all your belongings to the bottom of the bag. So, you know, if someone is just trying to, you know, get a quick access to your bag, they don't know where anything is because there's so much cloth and material between the wallet and, you know, your belongings. So that's kind of an added security thing that I like to do if my bag is a bit more roomy and it doesn't have a zipper closure. Other than that, there's nothing really in terms of security that I fear for. If I'm really scared, there is actually an additional like ring here that I can clip things onto. So if I'm really worried about my wallet, if we're going out at night or something, then I'll clip my wallet onto the side of the bag so that no one can just yank that out, if that makes sense. So yeah, that kind of does it. Thanks so much for listening to me ramble on about my bag for another 10 minutes. I'm just, you know, since my last video, I've gotten a lot of positive comments and encouragement to keep doing this, and I feel very grateful and appreciate your comments so much. So I definitely, this is something that I want to keep doing. It's just taken me a while to get around to, you know, what more can I add to the conversation, and I think the best of series is how I can contribute. So the next time I definitely want to do, you know, a best of my black bag. I have a favorite black bag. Why is that so hard to say? Favorite work bag, my favorite bargain bag, my favorite going out bag. So yeah, I have a few of the, you know, those best of favorites that I also want to talk through. So if this is definitely something you're interested in, subscribe and I'll pump these out as soon as I can. Now that I have an idea, they'll be a bit faster, I promise. Great, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!